Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS display, and right now we'll be discussing about how to override the default display value. As mentioned, every element has a default display value. However, you can override this. Changing an inline element to a block element or vice versa can be useful for making the page look a specific way and still follow the web standards. A common example is making an inline li elements for horizontal menus like this. When you specify li and you give it display property and specify inline in it, it's going to turn to an inline element. So right here I want you to note one thing: setting the display property of an element only changes how the element is displayed, not what kind of element it is. So an inline element with display of block is not allowed to have other block elements inside it. So be aware of that. The following example displays span elements as block elements. So I'm going to show you how all this works together and make something nice for us. So as you can see, the span element will turn into block element and the anchor tag will turn into a block element. Now let's go and do it. This is our document right here. I prepared this for us so we can have something to work with. We're having 1 2 3 here. So the thing I want us to do right here is that we need to change. As you can see inside here, we are having this ordered list, which is 1 2 3 that we are having here. I want us to turn it to inline. As you can see, this li is a block element, block element, block element, but this one right here is an inline element. So let's now turn our li to a block, to an inline element itself. So let's come here, select our let's select our li element. Let's select by selecting our li element and give it display value of what? Inline. Is going to turn to an inline element, and it's going to come from the left to the right. All this is coming from the top to the bottom, but it's now going to come from the left to the right. And note that this one, all these markers is going to be removed automatically. 1 2 3 and all these dots is going to be removed. Let's reload. Can you see? Now we are having only our link from the left to the right. So that's how you can use it to control it and turn it to inline element. And if you want to turn it back to the block element, you can turn it to block element. So let's turn it to block. Can you see? Now it's coming from the top to the bottom. That's how inline and the block element works with the li. That's how people use it most times. So just depend on what you want to do. You can add more stuff to it, you can control it. It just depends on anything you want to do. We'll be talking about more again in the future. Anwar akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much, and to the next tutorial. Bye bye. And before I go, let me remind you, we override this li element. That's why it's turned to an inline element, because by default it's a block element. When I remove this, you are going to see it's also going to be a block element with this 1 2 3 ordered list. So when I now display it, I give it display block right here. By controlling it, override it by myself, it's going to remove all those 1 2 3. Can you see? No matter what marker you give it, it's going to remove it automatically. And when you give it inline, it's going to display the inline block. Let's reload. Can you see? Now it's turned to inline, and you can do a lot to it again if you want. So let me quickly do some manipulation to it so you guys can see some of the things we do. We have some of the things we have learned so far. We can do it like list type. You can just list type. You can let's just leave this, because I don't want this to get complicated, because this display property is here, is what we are here for. And what akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.